Well, welcome to Learning Things with Kyle and Nakama. I'm Kyle, your your co-host that will just kind of be sitting here, not speaking a whole lot.
I love how you said Kyle and Nakama, so now you've already replaced me.
Oh my God, I said Kyle and Nakama.
Yeah.
I said Kyle and Nakama.
What a Freudian slip that was.
Oh my God.
I'm here.
I meant to say Phil.
It's Learning Things with Kyle and Phil's replacement.
Bro, I meant to take my name out of there. I fucked up big time.
All good. All good.
I fucked up big time.
Yeah, I understand. I understand why you wanted to take your name out there, because we talk a lot about anime in this.
Today's mediator.
Today's mediators. Kyle Ulsberg.
I'm Kyle. I'm going to be mediating a conversation between Phil and Nakama today. Welcome to Learning Things with Phil and Nakama.
Yeah, well,
I'm your mediator, Kyle.
The best mediator in the world, honestly. You're the only person that keeps, honestly, me and whoever the guest is on track. Mostly it's just me trying to be friends with strangers. I want people to like me. And then him being, but yeah, tell me about your career, which is what everybody wants to know. Yeah. I'm like, no, tell me, did you like Scooby-Doo as a kid? Nobody gives a shit, you know?
That's a real fact. That's a real fact sometimes.
But welcome to Learning Things with Kyle and Phil. I'm Phil.
I'm Kyle.
And today we have an amazing guest, an amazing rapper, very, very talented musician and visual artist, Nakama.
Nakama, what the fuck, WTF.
So good.
Man, Charles, you are such a cool dude. This was a serious pleasure to have you on. Your brain, your wiring, the way that you work, the way that you've had to go through life and your journey, super crazy, super dope. You're truly one of a kind. I really appreciated the conversation that we had about anime today, even though, I was very much a listener for it because that's what I needed to do. You guys were like on a whole nother level.
We did have a connection.
Going real deep on that, which I fucking love, and I appreciate that you guys were able to do that.
Well, we kind of talked about it before. Me and Nakama, we talked a lot about anime because that's kind of where he gets his name from, and he's into Japanese culture. But the thing is, we kind of talked about how like anime and or Japanese culture and like hip hop, like Black American culture, are very close for whatever reason. I think there's just been this overlap, and for some reason, both sides have liked, what each culture brings to the table, and we kind of talk about that, because it's really fun. I feel like a lot of people don't really mention that very often, aside from like Wu-Tang and like stuff like that. Right. It's very prevalent. Like a lot of black people love anime, but like,
and that was a completely different Japanese culture, man. They were like really going towards like
they were doing kung fu
movies and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A whole nother aspect, but kind of the same because a lot of anime is very.
It's so
intertwined with that as well, right?
Absolutely. So I think, and this is like a new age where it's like there are a lot of black people who like anime a lot, like are really, really into anime. Right. And I'm seeing more and more rappers do that, like mix it into their shit and everything. So yeah, it's really cool. And we kind of get into that. We get into a lot of his art, and like you guys talk a lot, about like kind of what makes him tick musically and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That was fun. I thought, his journey from, well, obviously his dad being a rapper, and what did he say? Since 8, he wrote his first rhyme? Was that what he said?
Yeah. He said like 8 or 9 years old.
8 or 9 years old. Young, that's crazy, young.
Which is, I love that so much because I've mentioned it here. Right. I knew I wanted to like do comedy at that young. Right. So it's like whenever I find somebody else who's like, yeah, I started like back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gnarly.
It's so cool. I admire it a lot.
That's gnarly. His dad was playing him, The World Is Yours while he's in the womb. Like, that was what his dad played him while he was in the womb, like, purposely for him. Yeah. Which is so really, really cool. Really, really cool. And his dad is a subscriber of Learning Things.
Yes, yeah.
He's not a subscriber, but he might be after.
He's our largest benefactor.
He might be. Yeah.
Give it up for Nakama's dad. Sponsorship.
Yeah. Anyways, bro, let's get into this episode. Let's hop right into our sponsors real quick. Coco Jourdana Photography, thank you so much for being a part of our journey. You are an amazing photographer, actor here in New York City, but you are sponsoring us through your photography. You take amazing headshots for actors, comedians, people in theater, dancers, anything of the sort. You are also an amazing fashion editorial photographer, and you shoot weddings. Super versatile. I appreciate you supporting us and taking our photos together a couple weeks ago. You can find her work at the bottom of our website by clicking her logo on our homepage. You can also find her on Instagram at Coco Jourdana. That's CocoJourdana, Coco Jourdana, and her website is CocoJourdanaphotography.com. Through the Learning Things podcast today, you can also get 20% off of any package that she offers by using the code LEARN20. That's capital LEARN 20. Learn 20. Go do it. Go book her.
There you go, guys. And don't say we never did anything for you. All right. Trying to hook you up, save you a little bit of money. She's a great photographer. Definitely check her out. She's super talented.
Go give her some love. Our second sponsor for today is Good Luck Dry Cleaners. Thank you guys for being a part of our journey as well. Good Luck Dry Cleaners is an amazing moving art gallery here in New York City. Not moving art itself. What I'm saying is that the locations will change from either month to month, or sometimes they'll plant somewhere for 3 months or even longer. But they're always switching it up. They have their group of artists, which is amazing. Phil Reese, the owner, thank you so much for supporting our journey. I cannot wait for future events. Go check them out. They sell dope merch on their website, goodluckdrycleaners.com. They have an amazing art, and stay tuned for their events, which you can follow them on Instagram at Good Luck Dry Cleaners. Straight up.
There you go. Good Luck Dry Cleaners. They give us a bunch of great merch too. Right. We each have T-shirts by them.
We're getting Jacob some stuff soon.
Yeah, of course. Who Jacob? I don't know if you guys haven't met him yet, but he's a person that you will never hear or see. We just want to let you know that. Going forward, we will be referring to him. But other than when we breathe life to his name, he won't exist. So, okay, just know that.
Wow, really went for the heart. He really went for the heart there. He decided to turn that shit mean. He's like, I'm going for the kill.
Unless we speak,
I'm going for the kill.
He will no longer exist in the world.
That's a lie. We're getting him on the fucking intro soon. You'll see him soon, for real.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I drive a hard bargain.
Sorry,
my friend. I doubt it.
Oh, my God.
No, he's great, and hopefully, who knows?
Hey, so go get some merch from Good Luck Dry Cleaners.
What were we talking about? All right, cool. Back on track.
There we are.
Yeah.
We're back. We're reeling it in.
Should have smoked a joint before the intro.
Anyways, guys, go check out our sponsors. Thank you for listening to Learning Things Podcast. Tune in. Nakama. Here we go. See you in class.
See you later.
Ciao, Bella.
You ever have lighters in your room, or you just know you're like,
you know for a fact
that one doesn't work.
You already know.
I've tried, it doesn't work, but I'm too lazy to put it in the garbage, but it doesn't work. You know?
Yeah. Garbage is way too far away. Way too far away.
Like, nope, that doesn't work. I have so much shit in my fucking rooms that don't work. The
guitar doesn't even work over there. The strings are all fucking broken.
It has to be restrung.
You got to keep it for the sentimental value. That's really
exactly.
all it is.
You know what it is? I just collect junk, because I'm like, I'm too poor to like give away free shit. So if somebody gives me something free, I'm just like, I feel like I have to take it. Even if I have no need for it, Like, bro, that's just me. It's my instincts. Like, I eat food that I'm allergic to if I get it for free. So, like, it's weird. They be like, yo, you want these nachos? I'm lactose intolerant. I'll eat that shit. Just because it's like, they gave it to me. I didn't spend the money on the nachos.
Oh, my God. I'm the same fucking way.
Yeah. It's just
if I'm getting free food, I'm fucking eating that.
Yeah.
I don't even care. And then I'll go get a meal after that if I really need to.
Yeah, for real. Exactly. It's just like an urge. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's real shit. Yo, you grew up, you ain't have it. You're like, hey, listen, I'm gonna take whatever
Exactly.
comes this way.
You
Yeah.
giving me what? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
Fucking hilarious.
Can we
I'm
take
cheap.
these home?
Oh man, I'll even do that shit even when I like got like a little money worked up too.
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
don't
like,
give a fuck.
yeah,
you
it's
kidding me?
that stingy ways.
Dude.
They just they stay with you, you know.
That shit is free shit, man. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, for sure. It just tastes better.
Yeah, it just tastes way better. Like, you don't even care.
It tastes
You're like,
free, which is
yo.
always tasting better.
You're like, yo, I'm gonna be on the toilet in 20 minutes, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care
Let's get
at
it.
all. Free shit is the best shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Half this shit in here is free or stolen. You know,
There's actually-
the other.
Real shit.
This entire fucking room actually. Like,
Yeah.
he's squatting.
4 walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's squatting, man. Somebody offered. They're like, "Hey, I've got this free spot over here," and he's like, "All right, cool, I'm in."
Yeah. I technically don't live here. Anybody asks, I don't live here. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight
We're chilling with was it Nakima?
Nakuma.
Nakama.
Yeah.
An amazing rapper. We've just been listening to a lot of his jams recently and stuff. Crazy fucking flows.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit
Appreciate
about
that.
the name, where it comes from, and everything?
Yeah. So we was having this conversation earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The real quintessential point of it is like I'm an anime head.
Gotcha.
Always
Mhm.
been one.
Yeah.
So that
You watch My Hero?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, bruh.
That new episode is fire.
To go further beyond. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
always.
won't bore you with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we won't bore the viewers with that shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell them about your name. Yeah.
But yeah, no. The term comes from being a brother in arms, a compatriot, somebody that you can rely on, that you consider family. So for me, it was a thing of like I've been embodying that in lesser ways in the past and more proactive ways currently. And it was a name change for me. Used to be Envy, ENXVE. So like that shift was really just for me to kind of step into my role, to look out for my peoples and to make sure that everybody's held down, to also make sure that I carry that with me at all times. And then in other terminology and in other languages, I've been told that the Middle Eastern translation is something of being a hard-headed fool. And I was like, hey, I'm a little bit of both, so I'm gonna carry that too.
Okay.
And Nakuma has just been like, that's just been the forte, like from day one. Really, is like I'm just trying to embody that, and hopefully find some insight throughout the process. Embrace the fact that I got a lot of people that I care about, a lot of people that care about me, and push this family mentality. No Fast and Furious, but
That's legit though. I like that, man.
Oh, my God.
That's really cool because just like, like I'm into Japanese culture, a bit myself and everything. But I like the whole thing, what you're saying of just like rebirth. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the name is or anything, the fact that it's showing that you're trying to change and go forward and shit like that.
Exactly.
Especially with your music too.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, man, absolutely. The music
Yeah.
shit is
How long have you and Kyle known each other for?
was 2.5 years now.
Yeah, I think
Something like
2.
that.
When did we shoot the artichoke video? That was the end of 2019,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Or summer of 2000.
summer going into fall. Yeah.
Summer going into fall of 2019.
Yeah.
I knew who you were. We might have even said hi to each other when you were at Lucy Rouge.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, if for everybody who doesn't know, Nakama has been a rapper and an essential part of the jazz hip hop fusion band Poetic Thrust.
Monument to Peace.
You rap like jazz. You do.
Word.
Bro, that's
You rap like
crazy.
jazz.
Yeah,
Like you have that
yeah.
type of shit, like very like almost like a bus driver, a little bit.
Dog, Bus Driver is
You
like
know?
one of my earliest influences. I didn't
There
even
you
know
go.
it at the
Yeah.
time.
Like
you know what I'm
real,
saying?
like kind of trumpeter type
Mhm.
flows. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
You go
for
all
sure.
over the place, and it's like you can kind of sit in any sort of like. I'm assuming you probably listened to like a lot of like MF Doom when you were younger. You know,
Easily.
yeah.
Easily.
Type of dude. That dude is magical, where you can just sit in any beat,
Mm-hmm.
and he does it like. And I'll be someone who personally like even even lyrically and flow wise, I might not be into what he's doing, but he's still doing it correctly, no matter what.
Right, exactly.
And that's what's so weird. He's in that zone between like art and mathematics.
Yes.
You know, when it's like sacred geometry. You know what I'm saying?
One of my one of my favorite little insights to him and the process of making Mad Villainy was him talking about like trying to break down the math on Charlie Parker.
Yeah.
And just like going back and forth, him and Madlib just like, yo, let me hold this record real quick. I'm about to like, he's like mentally transcribing shit.
Yes.
I'm like, yo,
and
absolutely.
And that's why, like, you know, with Eminem, right? Like Eminem now, you know, he's kind of like coming back, but he kind of fell off a little bit. I think because for a long time, he went from like having raw like art and mathematics to just mathematics. Like his lyrics were just like, you're listening to it and it's like a robot saying rhymes.
Right.
And you're like, but I don't feel this.
Yeah.
You know,
he definitely
there's
lost the
space.
feel, bro.
I know it is good, like mentally, but I don't feel this whatsoever.
This is fucking hilarious because on our last episode with Mike Voss, another rapper who I was telling you about before,
we talked
about Eminem.
And I love Eminem.
And he literally came out with a new track with Jack Harlow and Corday yesterday called Killer.
Okay.
And I listened to it, and Jack Harlow opens it. Corday's got the second verse, and then fucking M's got like 2.5 verses on the end. And I texted Voss, and I'm like, yo, go get screamed at by Eminem for a little while.
Hilarious.
Because we were
I'll be honest,
we were talking about how he keeps screaming and it just loses everybody. Like he's still a legend and shit. I turn on the track, I listen to it all the way through. He's not screaming. He's fucking. He's actually rap, but
he's got the hang
still
of it now.
super.
He knows the new age of rap, and he's doing it to a T.
I know that, but that's
beasting,
boring. That's like not Eminem. Like now he's just doing what everybody is doing, even though he can fucking trash on anybody lyrically.
He'll take the trap beats, but then he raps like Eminem over the trap beats.
Right.
Which is what I fuck with. Some niggas don't fuck with it.
Right.
They have a right to.
Right.
They have a right to.
Yeah.
I like the screaming. I like getting yelled at.
He's
He's the only white man I will let yell at me. I'm telling you right now. He is the only white man in history in my life that I will ever let give me a talking to. You know? Ever, nigga.
That's
hilarious.
A fact. That's really funny.
He can yell at me.
I would never. Let me just go on record right now. I'm not letting no white man. Like, you're not doing that. Like,
well, of course you're not. You fucking Thanos. You got the power rings, nigga. This nigga got 8 rings controlling reality. Show the camera. This nigga got 8 rings controlling reality.
Dig.
That's how I know you niggas are friends. Cause I was like, you guys went ring shopping together. He bought this nigga's first power ring,
bro.
He bonded.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That's how we get together, man.
But the thing. See, you know what it is. The thing about Eminem, and like, I have to be real. Like, I tapped out after maybe like 2 albums. You feel me?
Yeah. Not for you.
And that was the thing of like, I just didn't feel like he was speaking for me, and I didn't think that he's coming from the perspective of like a true head. So I'm watching these old documentaries of them, you know, like coming up on the battle rap scene, and I'm like, yo, we really didn't even have the chance to like fully embrace what he was or how he was
at the
really
time.
Like sharpening his blade because we were young. And then as time kind of went on, like I really like I felt like to this day, like my absolute favorite M track is Role Model. And it will always be that.
Role Model's a great one, man.
Dog, because like I don't know, like it was something about that flow and about the way that he attacked the idea of it, and attacking his public perception that I was like brilliant, like cool. But beyond that, I don't. Like M isn't for me necessarily, or rather, you know, and it's like taste is taste. So like I started to find other shit. And, you know, and it made me realize like, oh damn, I was actually very heavily inspired by this. And inspired by that disposition, but it wasn't something that I was coming back to.
Well, it also, you can get influenced or something, doesn't mean that that's a complete version of you.
Of course, yeah.
You take, it's like an ingredient. You're the meal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You take different ingredients, and that's what makes the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't mean, your shit is all cinnamon. You just get a little bit of cinnamon. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Facts. Facts.
So, yeah,
Facts.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to his newest. I haven't listened to the newest one. What, the cinnamon reference? I feel like that's a good one, right? That's kind of solid. Because it's just like, cinnamon is good, but you're not eating all cinnamon.
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
a sprinkle of cinnamon. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
I know I'm right. Everybody going to be in the comments. Yo, that cinnamon shit was real, nigga. That cinnamon shit. I feel you on the cinnamon. These niggas is crazy.
Drop it in the comments.
That shit was real. Fuck these Power Ring niggas, man. Fuck the Eternals, nigga.
That's mad funny. How's it going?
Fuck the Eternals. Fuck the Eternals. Oh my lord.
I am not excited for that film at all.
Yeah, neither am
by
I.
the way. Yeah, no.
I don't know why Kumail Nanjiani needs to be so buff. You know? I'm like, can't an
I don't
immortal
fuck with-
deity
yeah.
just have a regular body?
Listen, I haven't.
Why does he need to be sexy? This nigga runs the world.
No,
He's
you
part
know
of
what it is?
existence.
Yeah, it's
Like, if God is hot, that
It's-
nigga ain't God, bro.
it's that Bolly. It was the Bollywood angle. I think that's
Oh,
what it was.
Probably.
Okay.
It's not like they're gonna have a dance
interesting
number
point.
after the motherfucker, are they?
That's
In
That'd
the
be
middle.
crazy.
In the middle.
You dead ass?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass.
No fucking way.
Yo.
You're lying. You're
No,
lying.
I'm not.
You're lying.
I am.
There's no
so
fucking way.
I'm so serious. He's a Bollywood
I
actor
will
in
call
the
you during the
context.
premiere.
Oh,
I swear to God, if I watch
Dog.
this shit and there isn't a musical number, bro, I'm calling you.
hit me because I guarantee you there will be. You feel me? Like they're fully Disney now, so you
Yeah,
gotta,
that is true. You never know.
kind of have to expect it now.
And they care about overseas shit now too. That's fair. That's fair.
No.
Yo, Jacob, could you pass me that candle right there, bro? Thank you, my G.
we have our intern Jacob with us.
Our intern Jacob, my guy.
Jacob.
Yes, everybody say hi to
What up,
Jacob.
dog?
Everybody say hello. We'll tag it.
None of you will ever see his face. Just know that. You'll never
No.
see his face. You'll never hear his voice. But just know that he is here.
He
He's
is
here
with
as
you.
an entity and an energy.
He is our force. He is
of
with
course.
us.
We actually replaced Jacob with my cat. He will be back here soon.
Nah, fucking A. We love you, bro.
Yeah, no, he's here.
For real.
Yeah,
About to go have dinner with this man.
He's here. You'll never see him or hear him, but he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So go on. Tell us. So where are you from? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like where are you from? New York? Are you
Yeah.
from? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I like how you said that. That was, you had real like Black Air Force energy when you said that. Yeah. You loaded a clip when you said that. Yeah.
Nah,
One in the
man.
chamber, nigga.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
I'm from all over, dog. Like, and that's the crazy shit. Is like, so like came up, Bronx,
Okay.
then Mount Vernon,
Okay.
then I was in New Rochelle for a bit. I think
Okay.
that's where I like really like cut my teeth. Is like neuro, like right up in Westchester.
Okay.
Right.
and then back between there, Harlem, then Brooklyn.
So you're like mostly an uptown kind of kid. So you like.
More or less. Like, you know what it was? It was like I was constantly moving. So like
Yeah. Like where'd you spend high school?
high school was neuro.
Okay.
And
okay.
then it was funny because like while I was there, like every weekend I was doing shit in the city.
Nice.
And then like so like like the cats in the burbs were like, yo, your energy is like different.
Crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
'cause
no,
I
you're
don't
weird.
fuck
Yeah.
with y'all. Like I really
Yeah, right.
know. I really know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Right.
but you know, it had to make it work for what it was.
Did you have any cool teachers out there during like high school or anything?
Hell yeah. Hell
let
yeah.
you-
That
yeah.
was actually that was one of the things that really got me into visual art in a more dedicated way
Wow,
because
okay.
I'm a visual artist too.
Really?
So,
Okay.
like, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, this man does everything, man. So he produces all of his music. He edits all of his. I mean, at least I know you've edited that last VTech video, but you also do all the cover work.
Yep.
For all of your albums, your releases, singles, all that shit.
Head of the I Hate Eminem fan page. In addition, this guy's
editor in chief.
Quadruple threat. Rap, sing, dance, and shit on Eminem, nigga.
But yeah, man. Yeah. No, you're not even lying. Like, for real, you can find my name right at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, right there.
But
tell me about high school teachers and stuff.
Yeah. So really, my shout out Scott Siebold, and I'm sure he'll never find this, but if he does,
he's watching right now, bro. You know,
bro, he's a subscriber,
bro. We are the #1 podcast for Scots. I don't know if you knew that. That's our demographic, bro.
Scotties. All right,
keep Scott Siebold's, nigga. We're in the top 10. So, so speak to him. If you're gonna speak to him, speak to him.
What up? That's it. He already knows. He already knows.
Was he a music teacher or?
No. Art teacher. And I was doing like AP and shit. And we had a PAVE program, so it was like performing and visual arts education. So basically, every day we was getting up like before everybody else in the building because it was 0 period. So like we basically like we were there before everyone had to kind of lock in, and we were doing all types of shit. Like it was cool because we had a very broad way of kind of approaching art in general, which was like, yo, you figure it out. You figure out what you want to do, and then you figure out your focus. Kind of like the way I know for a fact that like some of the SVA programs were kind of formatted in that way, and then and a lot of the Chicago heads kind of like the art programs were kind of based around that too. It's like you figure out your program, you figure out what you want to do, what your end goal is, and then you kind of have your curriculum approved by your advisor. Okay. And then you work towards that.
And Chicago, you mentioned Chicago. Did you ever go to Chicago for school or anything? Because they have like Carnegie Mellon, right?
Yeah, they have Carnegie Mellon. But I'm thinking more of the visual arts program.
Okay.
With respect to that. No. I have like homies from.
Yeah,
from
I know nothing about it, so educate me.
Yeah. No. It's just like, I think the fundamental kind of like approach to it is similar in that way. And that's really where I'm coming from with it, because I'm getting insights from other homies.
Well, I ask you this, so like this is a question that's gonna lead to another question. But how old are you now?
27.
27. Have you ever thought about having kids?
I mean, yes, but more so in like
an abstract way.
Yeah. And I definitely like. Wait, how is this leading to the?
Because I was gonna ask. Artistically, is that something that you would want to harbor in them?
Oh, you mean like these cats are my sons? Like, no, yeah, but I have mad kids already. No, like, I'm not even on front, but like,
I'm not. Wow,
now we're getting real abstract. I love that.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
All these kids are my sons. I love that. No, but for real.
No, I was just saying. No, I'm just saying, like, in the future, like, is that something you'd want, like, in your children? Like, because for me,
like arts, absolutely.
Yeah, like, and would you do something like that, more open to be like, art is what you want it to be, all that stuff? Because remember, we were talking to your friend Oriel on the street. He hasn't been a guest on the podcast yet. We were talking to him, and he was saying that he homeschools his kids.
Oh, that's right.
He basically teaches them cooking and basically just like artistry, and they decide what the curriculum essentially is. You know what I mean? So I think it's a really powerful thing, but it can have its own, it has its pros and cons.
Right.
But you just being guided in that way and now being an artist, I'm thinking, like, would this person want to continue that type of vibe? Or
oh, you know what it is? Not? Like, I think for me, like, especially with, like, looking to the future, like, as far as like children are concerned, like, I'm cool. Like, I feel like naturally it kind of runs in my family as it is. So I'm pretty sure that anything that I move towards as far as like a family situation will be informed by art. But it's really like whatever they want to do, dog. Like, you know, like I'm approaching it from the perspective of like whatever it is that I can allow space for, I will.
Okay.
And anything that I think will be pertinent to their growth, I will encourage it, and I'm gonna try to make that like, yo, hey, why don't you think about it this way? Like, have you ever considered this? Like, I'm not gonna like force them to do nothing, but I'll definitely put the idea in their mind and see what comes out of it.
And that's what kind of was, kind of fishing for it, seeing it. Okay. Yeah.
Talking about holding space.
Yeah. Well, creativity needs to be nurtured, even if people have it naturally. I feel like,
For sure. For sure.
I don't feel like it is enough, especially, in America in general. Like New York, we're spoiled, but
we are.
So many other places, so many other states and cities and shit. It's like people don't have shit.
You're a pussy if you're an artist.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a man.
Wait.
Yeah, no, it's
wait.
That's
that's definitely
you
a
really think that?
No,
we don't.
I'm speaking for
I'm saying,
America.
do you think that that's the common conception?
I think that is.
Yeah, totally. I grew
in
up
the
in New
Midwest,
Jersey.
bro. Hell yeah! If you're a singer or in theater or whatever the fuck, and you're like a dude,
yeah. Especially
kind of fucking like
not as much.
You're like
before.
you get considered like a nerd. And you're not in the cool group, like that kind of shit. That's like 99% of America,
bro.
Real shit.
Like I've been doing
that's I'm speaking in that context. I don't believe that. I was never like that.
I agree. I mean, I don't know. I've been doing comedy for 12 years, and before then, I always wanted to do like theater and all that stuff, but I didn't because I was afraid people would think I was gay or something.
I mean, that's a
that's
real, bro.
true.
That's real shit.
Literally
That's real
true.
shit.
Like I wanted to do it, and I just didn't do it because I thought people were gonna make fun of me and call me a little bitch and all that type of stuff, right? But now that I've been doing comedy, I realized, I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have just did it because I would have had so much more practice at being on stage, having presence, all that stuff. And also, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you because you're a grown fucking adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you're young and the fucking culture is that way, and
you're like,
societal norms and shit.
There's bands that I loved that I didn't say I loved when I was in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all sorts of shit.
They can't know I like My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, how dare they know?
They're
gonna be so upset that I like Fall Out Boy. It's like, who cares, dude? Who cares, man?
You do love Fall Out Boy.
I do. Yeah, you see me right now.
I'm a big Fall Out Boy. But anyways, bro, I was talking about you talked about creating space. Your 2020 album called Free Up Space.
Yep.
I remember I kind of hit you up about that when it dropped, and I listened to it, and I love a lot of the tracks on that album. And is that kind of something that is coming full circle for you now? Because after all correct me on saying this, is it Hohenheims? Hohenheims? I don't know how to say it.
What?
The albums. Hohenheims?
That's the
Hohenheims?
that is the best. That's the best wrong pronunciation I've heard thus far. Nah, Hohenheim.
Hohenheim's
Hohenheim's
Burden.
Hohenheim.
You dropped 9 of them?
You're German, dude. You should know this. You must
I
fucking
don't know.
love fucking what is it?
Full
Full
Metal
Metal,
Alchemist.
yeah, Alchemist, Hohenheim, yeah.
Right.
I love
He's
that
a
shit.
character from that, right?
Yeah.
From that
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
Okay. And you dropped...
You motherfucker.
Mm.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I knew you two would connect over the anime
I just put
shit
out a
for
video
sure.
about My Hero Academia, how they introduced Black Whip in the anime, just last week. So
Word.
very cool, very cool.
So
Sorry.
you dropped how many... I'm going to say it wrong again.
Hohenheim.
Hohenheim's.
Yeah.
Hohenheim's Burden. 9 of them?
9 so far.
9 so far. They're going to continue running.
Only one more.
Only one more. You're going to drop 10.
Only one more.
Is there a reason you're only dropping 10?
Because, like, real shit, like, I was going to keep doing them, and
Yeah.
then I decided, like, it was a space that I was in mentally,
Right.
and I think that from where I started, which was the end of 2019, all through 2020 until now, I made space for it, but leading into where I am now, like creatively, I think that the beginning of that process was supposed to lead into my debut album, and I put that in air quotes because like it's not so much that it's my my debut album, but more so that it's the one project that I've really put a lot of effort, time, and energy into premeditating. So Hohenheim's Burden will lead into Human Error, which is my project. That
Sick.
project that will be coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fire. And why did you choose to call it Hohenheim's Burden? Like, what's the concept?
Yeah, tell the story
behind
of
that?
Hohenheim.
Like,
Do it.
why?
Let's do it. Full Metal. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
And then we're gonna
Like,
talk
is
about
there
anime
something?
after
Is there
this.
something
We're gonna
about
connect
him
after
or
that.
the show or
So
Wasn't he the one who created the Philosopher's Stone, the first Philosopher's Stone?
Yep.
But it's a fictional Philosopher's Stone because he had to use human sacrifices in order to make it. If you know Full Metal Alchemist, so it's this world where alchemy is a real thing, or whatever. There's this thing called the Philosopher's Stone, where instead of alchemy is one thing for another, right? So it's like, let's say, if I have this candle, I can make it into a torch. It's one thing for another. I'm changing one thing and making it into another. A Philosopher's Stone lets you make things out of physically nothing.
all right?
And Dr. Hohenheim is the person who created the Philosopher's Stone, and I believe he either drove himself mad. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but if you could help illustrate, fill in the blanks over here.
I got you. So
Yeah, because I was partially right, but I could see you wanted to hop in.
so Hohenheim as a
Yeah, it's been a couple years since I've seen the series for the 5th time.
right.
Yeah.
So Hohenheim as a character was made to be something of kind of like a background presence, something that someone that sort of took space, and then in the process of him coming to the resolution that he was going to create the Philosopher's Stone after kind of being influenced by the Dwarf and the Flask.
Yes, yeah.
Right. Took it upon himself to move his livelihood into I guess how do you say this? I guess penance almost?
Yeah, I would say the
You know?
entire series is based on human flaws. And humans trying to make up for their flaws, but not paying enough in return for those flaws and for forgiveness.
Yep.
That's what the whole alchemy thing is. It's people really paying their penance, but not giving enough for it. It's a
Equivalent exchange.
equivalent exchange. It's a metaphor for the whole thing.
Yep.
So I could see how Hohenheim's burden, it's his burden for everything that he's done. It's your emotional burden on this album. You know what I mean?
My man, you get
Wow.
Yeah.
it. You get it. Alright, cool.
Symbolism.
Yeah.
Message.
Yep. Message. Yeah.
Keenan Ivory.
Yep.
And then what's the other album called?
Wow,
I'm
that's
sorry.
crazy.
Human Error.
Human Error.
Human
So it
Error.
makes perfect
God
sense. It
damn.
makes perfect
All
sense.
right.
Dog,
My
yeah.
G. That's fucking
Trust me, I
fire.
watched this.
I truly
The
didn't
Elric
have to
brothers,
say
man.
shit, man. Yeah.
They rocked me to sleep all through fucking middle school to the end of high school.
Oh my god.
But yeah, dog. So that was Hohenheim's Burden, or rather, is leading out into Human Error. And yeah, man, like that shit was real. I took a lot of time to sort of ironically enough, Hohenheim's Burden was the series that I took upon myself to say that every month I was going to drop a project. And in me taking that space to kind of do that, I also realized I'm never doing this shit again. So yeah, man. And like before that, I took a year off, so I hadn't dropped.
So it's like those albums were your human sacrifices. Those were the burdens that you used to create the Philosopher's Stone, which is human error. Gotcha. That's cool. That's fucking dope.
You already know.
That's dope. That's amazing.
Dog.
That's great.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
So,
That's fucking lit.
Kyle's just here like, what the fuck did I walk into?
I just love like Full Metal so much. I've seen it so many times. I know everything about it. The fact that you did that, you couldn't have picked a better guest.
Yeah, bro. That's fucking
sick.
Crazy. I love that so much.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
You're like fucking just calling the shots right now. He's like, I think he's like kind of shook a little bit. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe you like are on par with me this much right now. Like,
the fucking mind
you
stone,
really
baby.
get this shit. He's got the fucking stone on his
I got
neck
the mind
right now
stone,
that's
bro.
just glowing right now, man.
Vision right now.
This shit.
That's great.
That's amazing, man.
Fucking fire.
So tell me, what's your deal when it comes to anime? Because obviously there's a big connection between your artistry and everything. Did your love for anime come through visual arts first, or did it kind of come through the whole hip hop thing? Because there is an overlap for whatever reason.
That's a great question. That is a great question. Mm-hmm. I give it to Shampoo for that.
Ah, yes, that's a fact.
The fuck is Shampoo?
Samurai Champloo. It's this, dude. Yeah, it's this.
Put them on.
I'm gonna be watching anime for the next. I'm gonna be binging on Netflix for the next fucking 2 days.
The soundtrack was made by DJ Pooh. Like
DJ
that's
Pooh.
How,
okay.
Yeah, like that's how dope this shit is. It's in like an old school anime. It's about these dudes in like feudal Japan or whatever. Two different, kind of an odd couple, and they have to watch over this woman or whatever. But there's a lot of really cool like hip hop in it. So it's like kind of this. It's a mixture. It's like a Wu-Tang video almost. You know what I mean? It's like you have all this great like super indie gritty hip hop, but then all these crazy like animation, like Japanese style anime fight scenes, and it's really dope. It's really really dope, and I think it really helped kind of birth that connection of like hip hop and anime together. Like first, I think the first kind of section of it between like Eastern and Western was definitely like Cowboy Bebop, but I think it kind of took the torch and kind of moved that forward, and they've been inseparable ever since. Honestly,
Same person.
Yeah, right. Same
That
person.
shit
Yeah.
reeks.
Yeah,
That
this
shit
dude, I
reeks,
forget his
kid.
name, but he's so into Western culture, but he loves mixing his own, and it's just been great.
Shinichiro Watanabe.
There you go.
Shinichiro Watanabe.
Shinichiro Watanabe.
And
A majority of the soundtrack was done by Force of Nature, Fat John, Suchi, and Nujabes.
Oh, my bad. I thought DJ Pooh was a part. I could have sworn he was. My bad.
He stinks,
Maybe.
bro.
I don't know if DJ Pooh was in that. He might have been like around.
Man, who the fuck knows? It's been years since I watched that.
But yeah, Force of Nature, Fat John, Suchi, Nujabes were like the primary producers and made a lot of the soundtrack. And then you got Minmi doing like a lot of the vocals. Female vocalist.
Did that influence you a lot musically? Like,
I mean, I wouldn't say it influenced me musically. I would say it influenced me esoterically.
Yeah, like
on some
this is my thing.
Yeah,
I'm into
facts.
this and I love this. Yeah,
Facts. And then so that was a big thing. But wait, before
Like,
what was your question before?
I was just
brought up
saying, like,
shampoo?
what was your first initial connection with
Oh,
anime?
yeah.
Because mine was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
Like, that's my favorite.
for
You know,
sure.
I love that one to
Of
death.
all time.
Yeah.
Would you
I'd
say of all
so.
time? Okay.
I'd say
Okay.
so.
Why are we
Okay.
not in a comic store or like a
Yeah.
comic book store right now recording this?
Hey, bro, if you look at the
Just
last video I posted,
Green screen it up.
it's literally a fucking My Hero Academia review of Deku getting black whipped. That's the last video I posted on my YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah. So you have people who are listening to this who like this.
okay. I
Trust
love
me.
that.
For sure.
But
For
that's
sure.
that's
That being said, go listen to Phil's hero reviews.
yeah, check out my shit. I'm starting a whole bunch of different series. I'm calling them the Comics Comic. 'Cause I'm a comedian.
Ooh.
You know, it's double entendre.
Good call.
You know?
Good
Fire.
call.
But go on. So yes, Yu Yu Hakusho was my first real one where I just fell in love with like anime. Of course, there's the initial one, Dragon Ball Z. But that's we all had that.
Obviously.
We all had that. But that was Yu Yu was my first one of like this is off the beaten path,
Mhm.
and I'm in love with it. And it also got me into not just the art, but the music, like Japanese new wave. Like the
Yep.
theme song is iconic,
Yup.
and that made me love like new wave music and 80s music. Yeah, fucking perfect, fucking perfect. It's so good. And yeah, man. So like you said, Shampoo did that for you. Is there anything else that you think kind of guided you in that way? Or
Fuck.
are you into Japanese hip hop
Do you
artists?
have an hour? Like.
Goddamn right, we do, motherfucker. We here.
We got
we got as much time as
yeah,
you
we
want.
have an hour actually.
We got as much time as you want.
But nah, dog. I would say that my initial phases were definitely in the realm of the shonen kind of vibe.
Got you.
I'm like trying to think.
Is he
of,
27? So I'm thinking like a lot of Naruto, of course, like Bobo, Tsunami,
out of here.
fighting Foodons.
No
and
way.
shit.
No way.
Guys, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys can just
Yeah.
have your little talk. Just
I'm
like-
No. Sorry, we are going deep.
It's all right.
I haven't met anybody, who does hip hop as their actual profession and is also very into anime because it's such an interesting dynamic that I think is so there, but it doesn't get talked about as much, and people don't really get into it too much. So
Yeah,
finding someone like you is kind of a gold mine. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
that is a crazy dynamic.
But yeah. So Shampoo, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, give me your top 5. I feel like I'm just asking harder questions. I'm thinking of making it easier. But it's like, oh no.
Okay. Shampoo, Yu Yu Hakusho,
All right.
Cowboy Bebop,
All right.
Mob Psycho,
Okay. Mob Psycho. Nice one.
The Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
I haven't watched that last one. That's fucking amazing.
Watch it. It's like for real. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen
Really?
on fucking film.
Well, you have a good sense of humor and stuff. I've noticed too. Has that the anime and the stuff that you're into and being in the rap world, seeing so much shit that's just like so grandiose. Like you know what I mean? Like rap is nothing but like fucking like whipping your dick out. You know what I mean? And just be like, I'm the shit. Like seeing all that type of shit. Like does it? I
don't really get that vibe from your music at all, though.
I don't get the vibe from your music at all. But I'm saying he's in that world.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
Lil
for sure.
Dicky doesn't have dick shaking, dick wetting
Right.
music either. But he's hanging out with fucking YG.
His name is Lil Dicky.
But he doesn't throw his little dicky around.
When I was in
He's
Philly,
in
I
his
saw
pants.
Lil Dicky get fucking.
He keeps his little dicky in his pants.
He couldn't get
This
into
is
the
nice.
club that I was going into when I was in Philly.
Nigga, that should be real.
That
That
shit was.
sounds
Everyone's
so
like,
bad.
everyone in line, like, yo, it's Lil Dicky. The fucking security guard's like, nah, man, back of the line.
That's so weird.
We've been
too.
waiting in line for like 20 minutes.
What a fucking nerd, too. The fucking bouncer. He's
Yeah.
like, I know who you are. I'm just not letting you in. No,
Yeah.
fuck
Powers,
you."
power struggle
Like,
for sure.
fuck you, dude.
Wow.
Fucking
Alright.
asshole. Why? Because he used to shit on somebody like Lil Dicky, and now this nigga has mad money. There's a bad bitch on his arm, and he's known, but he ain't that known. So you want to come down on the nigga? Shut up. You work at UPS. You work at UPS part time. You little fuck nigga. This nigga would nut in your girl in a second. And she'd be thankful. This nigga haters.
You okay? UPS part.
Yo, I'm
lame ass nigga,
wow.
man. You know what I mean? Like, just grow up, homie. Grow up, bro. No, you gotta stand in the line. You gotta stand in the line. No. Rules are rules, buddy. Shut up, you fucking bitch. Used to roast that nigga. Now he's on top, and you upset.
All right, bro. Let's get back to you, son. I want to ask a question here. In your rapping, in a lot of your tracks, you're able to fluctuate your voice a lot, which is amazing, which I love. It kind of sounds like you're kind of going in and out of characters or in and out of personas. Do you have that? Do you have those kind of personas when you're rapping, depending on the track, depending on what you're talking about?
Egos and shit.
Because you got when you speak louder and you're kind of like more animated, you're like you know what I mean? But then you get into a lot of these deep like
Dude, that is so you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it might not be spot on, but go listen to his music. You'll get what I'm saying.
No, it does. Listen, that was funny.
You feel me?
It does though.
You got the Beyonce fucking
right.
bullshit second persona.
All those things.
Oh, this is when she's the what do they fucking
or
call
Nicki
her?
Minaj, or it's like the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Barbie, she has the Barbie, and then she has the angry one.
You're the
angry one.
You're the male version of Beyonce. That's what we're getting to.
You know, we're calling you like a. We're calling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all,
you're the next big female rapper. Is what you're saying.
Fantastic artist. I will take it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's facts.
But
10 years ago, you were like, "Nigga, I ain't no bitch." Like, you know what I mean? Comparing me to these bitches, nigga, I ain't no bitch. That's 10 years
I think
ago.
that's
You're like, nigga, you're comparing me to some fantastic artists, but I am not that. This nigga doing PR control already. Don't even answer. You've compared me to some quite fantastic, very amazing female artists. I'd like to say thank you, but that is not me, and I.
The PR control is there. All right, let's get back to him. Let's let him talk.
Yes,
here.
answer the thing. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry, I'm being a dick. I'm just being a fucking asshole.
Okay. As far as like the vocal modulation, I would say that was always something that I like attempted to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
But no characters, because I used to do that back in my in the old days of like the envy shit. I had like multiple personas, and I got tired of that. Mainly because I personally didn't think that it gave people a chance to really tap in with me on a real level, because I was always like, oh, yeah, well, today it's envy, today it's silver kingfisher, today it's poison dart.
Yeah.
Poison dart and silver kingfisher.
Anytime you have.
What were these other personas?
Yeah.
Can you tell us the names of these other personas that you had as well?
That was it.
Just those two?
I had other ones that I was like toying with, but I was like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Like commit.
Nah, I get that. I get that though, because it's like it's like artistically you have to learn how to stick with your emotion. You know. I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't know what fucking happened. You know. What happened? Did I miss something?
I can't wait for these fucking visuals. People watching these close-ups over here are just
they're like,
dying.
what the heck?
This man's going through agony over here answering every question. Oh my god. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, you need to get the fuck onto YouTube right now and watch this shit.
Physically watch this thing. You had that many different names though. You had a couple.
Fun fact. Fun fact, Look at Me was the first song that I ever heard by X. And
Is the first song you ever heard by X? Look at me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when you
Put your use the camera. Use the camera.
all I heard was "Look at me, fuck on me." That's all I heard, like echoing. But yeah. Anyway,
Well, hold on. Let's go back to this. What brought you into rap in just the first place? Like, not just liking the shit, but like being like, yo, like, nigga, I'm gonna write some bars sometime and then say the shit, and then I'm gonna get more confident to say it in front of my friends. What the fuck brought you there?
that's a good question. I think it was.
Who are you, nigga?
Honestly, honestly, it was my pops. Like, honestly, it was my dad.
That's great, really.
Real shit.
Was he a rapper?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, that's fire.
He was. He was.
Was he good?
He was great.
Okay.
I'm sure he was good. Look at his son.
Well, you never know. Fucking Michael
No,
Jordan's
no, I'm
the
just
shit.
saying.
His son is trash.
Dude,
You know what I mean? Michael Jordan's the shit, you know?
his son was
His
trash.
son is trash. He ain't in the league.
No, he
So
wasn't.
you never know. But, you know, with it's like, what is it? Like LeVar Ball and all that shit. His dad was in the NBA. And because his dad was in the NBA, he was able to teach him a lot of different skills and make him even better. You know what I mean? So you never know.
No, his dad actually. I don't think LeVar Ball was ever in the NBA. But whatever.
His pops was in the NBA.
The point is, whatever.
I don't know.
Here we
that's
go.
definitely a fact. But anyway, I don't know. The nigga's dad was definitely in the NBA. But that's my
Maybe it was. Yeah.
my bad. I
Yeah.
thought it was a great comparison. All I'm saying, I don't know your dad. You're a good rapper.
I don't know
Coming
your
to this nigga's
dad,
father.
but
I don't mean to come to this
I
nigga's father.
don't know your
That's
father.
Awkward
but,
and shit.
We don't know your dad, but he is a subscriber.
But it was a good
But
vibe,
anyways.
though, right? Yeah. This nigga.
So your
When he
dad
helped
was a
he
rapper.
molded you. He, you know.
yeah. But yeah, my dad,
He took it, man.
my pops was a rapper way back in the day, and I used to like follow this motherfucker around like everywhere. I was selling CDs in Washington Square Park.
Oh, wow. So he's one of those.
Legendary.
Feel me, bro?
He really had the hustle going.
Legendary.
Feel me, bro? So,
Wow, that's fire. I
He's probably-
love
He was
that.
probably one of the niggas that tried to rob me during high school.
No, we'll have none of that. We'll have none of that.
He was
Um,
acquitted. He was acquitted.
That's fire. I can't. That's really dope, bro.
But yeah, man.
God.
Fucking after I was about 10, 11, like doing that. I don't know. No, not even. Like that's not when I started. Like I started when I was like 8.
Damn, so he was like a Lil Wayne prodigy. Like one of those. It started in utero. This nigga was spitting bars. I bet you that ultrasound was fire, nigga. Like, yeah, bruh. Streets is talking.
One of the songs that my pops used to play in my mom's belly was "The World Is Yours."
Ooh,
Nice.
I know.
love that.
So, every time that I hear that shit, I think of like, I get this like weird, hazy, sepia tone visual of like a apartment
Of your old
in,
apartment.
in the Bronx.
Damn, that's
such
crazy.
a brilliant idea for
Wow.
your father, though, because number one, the song's called "The World Is Yours," so it's encouragement of you, and it teaches you to feel at home with your own encouragement. You know what I mean? Because like they've had the whole thing about like play classical music when your kids are, you know, still in the stomach and stuff, and that's great. But
Yeah.
to give your son an actual message, like the world is yours, and educate you in that way, and make that your form of comfort, to make confidence your form of comfort, is a beautiful and highly intelligent thing. So your dad's a fucking boss,
Wow, that's
even
crazy.
if the nigga's a bad rapper. Say that to say this.
But yeah.
That's dope. Tell me about your mother, though.
Yeah, that's fire, man.
What's her story? Where'd she come from?
Well, she I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, really? Your family's from Jamaica?
Well,
So is mine, actually.
her side of my family. Well, actually like 75% of my family.
It's from Jamaica?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Do you know where specifically or not?
Kingston.
Really? Okay. That's kind of my family too and stuff. Like, I think my mom's like from Kingston and shit, and my dad I think is from there as well. Yeah. I used to go back there like every once in a while, like when I was like a little kid, but it's been a long time since I've been back to Jamaica. You know, did you go a lot? You know, when you were a kid or?
When I was a kid, I went like once a year.
Yeah.
But
That's usually how it goes. They teach you, you know, all the culture and everything. How was that? Seeing your family out there and, you know, seeing how they live versus how you live out there. Did they spoil you? Did they punish you a little bit more? You know what I mean? It's a little. You can be one or the other.
I didn't get
You know?
in trouble. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was a good kid.
That's cool.
Or no.
But they did make you like.
Let me not say. I was a good kid because I didn't get caught.
That's fair.
But other than that, yeah, like I stopped going regularly when I was like, I was on my mom passed.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's part of the process. Part of growing up.
I get you.
I was experiencing loss, so I had to deal with it as we all do.
Have you talked to you know anybody on your mom's side who still lives over there now or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great.
This was my grandfather like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
And she's still over there.
He's still over there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he never moved out of Bowles spot in Jamaica.
That's cool. I've never well, I mean, I've been back there a bunch of times, but most of my family is kind of gone now, you know, and you know, it's just a lot. I remember you saying, you know, you grew up, you did high school in New Rochelle. How was that kind of being like an immigrant kid, you know, kind of in the suburbs? Because for me, it was a little bit much, you know, in certain ways. Kids come over your house, they smell funny dishes being cooked. You know what I mean? Say weird shit.
Nah.
What was that like as far as like culture?
Ah, man. I mean, Jamaican food was always lit.
Oh, it's delicious. It's amazing.
Nah, but regardless of who came over,
Yeah.
you knew what it was, like what time it was.
Yeah.
You're not about to get, you're not about to get no whack food if you came over to the crib.
No, that's a fact.
And then even beyond that, when I like that's the thing though, is that like at a young age, I wasn't really like, I didn't.
You wasn't really
I
hanging out
wasn't
with those kids.
feeling like, yeah, like, oh, let me invite people over to the crib.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, that's some white people shit.
Were you kind of a loner?
I'm not even gonna front.
You saying friends is some white people shit, nigga? You say like,
Bringing them over to the crib, though.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, did you have many friends like back then that you know, or anybody you still talk to now, or a little bit of nah? Like,
No, I did. But not enough to invite them to the crib.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, my friends were at school only.
Really? Okay.
That's it.
I got you.
I didn't. Okay, so let me rewind. Let me just. The beginning of my time with real socializing.
Yeah.
17.
Really?
Years old.
So
Yeah.
you were a bit more closed off and stuff.
Dog. I was the most closed off.
Yeah.
Why is that
I
though?
didn't fuck with nobody for no reason.
There has to be a reason though.
Yeah, because I went through fucking trauma as a kid. That's it, dog. Like,
I feel
that's
it.
really it. Like, I went through fucking trauma as a kid. And then when I healed, or thought that I healed, I was bold. So I didn't really start like fucking with people. Like I don't think I had like a real friend come over to my house until I was until like yeah, 16, 17.
Wow.
And then beyond that though, beyond that I was a recluse.
Yeah.
And
And you didn't really hang out with anybody outside of school or anything like that.
but then I did a lot of drugs.
Yeah, that'll get you there. I've done that. Yeah, where it's like I have all these problems. Let me take a bunch of acid. Yeah, it doesn't really help. It just
Not as a cure to the acid, or rather not.
no, yeah. As a cure to the loneliness and
wait.
other things.
That's funny because as a cure to the loneliness, I did acid, and then as a cure to the acid, I found friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as a cure to the acid, I found friends. From a cure to the friends, I found loneliness.
Yeah. It can be a cycle. It can be a complete fucking cycle.
That's crazy.
Man. You know, and psychedelics can help you
Crazy.
find friends or have things that like resonate with people, but it can be tough. It can be tough, and especially like we were talking about it at the last homeroom, right? Where we were saying that like, you know, basically taking psychedelics doesn't necessarily fix your problems. It just opens you up to fixing your problems yourself.
Right.
And putting that best foot forward.
Right, but I think what was really interesting about what you just said is that after you found your friends, after taking the acid, then you found loneliness because, yeah, friends are a fucking
Oh yeah, you can still
complex, tricky situation where
Yeah.
it's you know, because you might not have ever felt fucking lonely before you took that journey to
Or
take
you
some
might not
acid and
even
then do
known that
that,
you
or
were
you didn't need anybody. Just in general, you didn't need
be
anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Then when you have that around you and then it gets taken away, it's a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. Do you write a
But
lot
we're
about
all
that
there
in
for
your music
sure.
and
But we're
stuff,
all
or-
there, yeah.
Which aspect?
Loneliness, trying to reach out to people, maybe being misunderstood, the fact that you grew up as a recluse,
It's
you know.
It is all in there. Nakuma. WTF.bandcamp.com.
The brother in arms and hard-headed fool.
Go. You can go find all of it.
That is a brilliant name too. I
Nakama.
like it. I like it a lot.
Nakuma.wtf. Doug, I wanna like let us get back into this conversation I had started real quick just about your
Yeah.
voice. I think you were gonna go somewhere when I kind of talked about how you go into your lower register when you're rapping. I'm not sure if you had something that you wanted to speak on about that or like where that came from, because were you rapping, because I want to tie this in, were you rapping differently with Poetic Thrust? Because I don't remember if I can recall you rapping in that like lower register with the band or not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think I was.
Oh, do you need to get going?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
I'm saying
I got
40
you.
minutes late into realizing that I was banging.
Oh,
Okay. Well, either way, we're over an hour now. So
no,
we'll
you
be
are
able
all
to see
good, baby.
this.
You are
We
all
got time.
good. You are all good. So yeah.
But no, I was not. Wait, what time is it?
It's 5:19.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got some.
We'll be done by 6 for sure.
Yeah. Even before that, we got another like 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The lower register.
the lower register. No, I wasn't. But that was when you saw us.
Right. Right. That's okay. It's okay. This is a safe space.
Watch yourself. Watch
This is a
yourself.
safe space. I damn near had to confront somebody on the way here, but this is a safe space.
Oh no.
My initial 2.5 years with PT were mostly like mixed.
Mostly mixed, okay.
Like it was a combination of let me do some freestyling, let me do some written, let me find a combination of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's putting everything together.
Yeah. And then after that, it was more often.
So when do you think, when did you start doing these voices?
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going. Sorry.
No, that's I was like,
I didn't know that was the end of the answer.
yeah, that's. I think it might be the end of the answer. So I wanted to loop right back around to the beginning and see if we could piece all this together. So what do you think about when did you start doing voices and stuff like that? You can tell us a little bit.
No,
about that.
he said that earlier when he was when he was Envy.
I know that, but I'm saying what brought it on, all that type of shit. Is it
Oh.
just something you did to experiment with, or is that something a direction you really thought you were going to go hard with, and now you've kind of learned like that?
I don't think that it was him that long. That I was consciously aware of until 3 years in.
Oh wow! So it's something that was just kind of happening. You okay, bro? You need water or something? See, we talk about psychedelics. This motherfucker must have dropped some shit. You know? You alright, bro? Yeah, there you go. Get the mic. He's got something.
The last time what?
Almost. Yeah, the last time you did a podcast, you lost all sense of reality.
I murdered the
Yeah,
hosts.
right. Yeah, oh god, this podcast has been over for 30 years. Oh yeah, yeah. Who would think to call an underground market the underground market? You know, that's so meta. You know, it's like you did what we expected you to do.
Quite
I think that's recorded still, yeah? Yeah. That's so meta. You did some shit that we would expect you to do.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
That shit was
we always
gold.
talk about painters and everything, but what about the artists and city planning? Am I right, guys? Those are the real Picassos.
No, that's real shit. The DOT people be getting it in.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god,
life's
that's
good.
crazy, bro.
We're back. You feeling better?
We're back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank- Alright.
Thank God, man.
Hell
I'm glad,
yeah.
I'm glad we got that worked out. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
feeling better.
Take a sensu bean.
Yeah, exactly. Recuperate that energy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
For
we're
real.
we're almost done with the podcast anyway.
Yeah.
So
I did before we
Yeah, if there's
before we
anything you
get
guys
off
wanna
though,
say.
like I want people to hear to know a little bit more about Poetic Thrust as well.
Fuck.
You guys have been together since college.
Yeah. Well, roughly. I had already graduated by that time.
You had already graduated
Yeah.
from
Purchase.
SUNY
SUNY Poor Choice.
Poor Choice. And where's
love that.
Purchase at?
It's a little ways up, like right outside of White Plains.
Outside of White
Okay.
Plains.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
And you,
actually not that far.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
and were y'all in like well, actually you were already graduated by the time you joined them, but you knew them, I'm assuming, from
Yeah.
when
We
you were-
all knew each other, so we actually all lived in the same area, on campus, and like, our guitarist and drummer And our keyboardist had like kind of had a trio thing going, and they had wanted to do a live session, and basically they wanted vocalists, and they were like, oh, we should do something more hip hop oriented. So they had the opportunity to work at Lucy, R.I.P. But
Lucy Rouge, New
yeah.
York City.
Yeah, but yeah, they had the opportunity to kind of do that. So they basically like ran like a test run of it. And yeah, like we had known each other already. Like we had already kind of worked in small capacity on like a couple other like projects, and just like we'd seen each other around because 99 Sublime had been like pretty active on campus before that. So it was kind of like an overlap of like the jazz heads and the hip hop heads kind of like working together.
99 Sublime. That's
the name of the band.
Yeah, it's our collective. That's the collective that like I kind of started in college with a couple of other homies that were like kind of on the same wavelength of trying to put out material under one banner and not while not necessarily needing to be a band, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, more on the collective front than necessarily like, oh, we're all doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
right. Word up.
Yeah.
So shit, man. That's got to be a great little gig to start playing Lucy Rouge. They'd be playing there every Wednesday.
Yep.
Packed house, fucking
Yeah.
packed
Lucy
every
Rouge,
week.
Where's that at?
That was on South 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Williamsburg.
From
Williamsburg.
Big
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Fuck yeah. And
Yeah.
you guys are still doing this now?
No, so that was one of the repercussions of the pandemic was, you know, shit gets shut down, moved around,
Yeah.
and you know, it was cool though. I mean, we did it for like 4 years straight.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was like a weekly gig.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy to think about the things that have come out of that space.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Just,
bro.
like the experiences.
Yeah, I came there because of, actually I think I went there one time before Rich had started going there.
Mhm.
But one of my really good friends, Rich, who's a director who also directed the Artichoke video that they did and I shot behind the scenes photos for. He's from Australia, super cool dude, amazing director, and he started going to Lucy. I think he went there on like a date or something.
Yeah.
Ran into you guys, and you guys are
Yeah.
just right up his alley. He's like an old hip hop head, you know what I mean? Like loves the culture, and loves all like early 90s, mid 90s, and you guys are kind of doing that with your jazz, and you got,
Right.
you know, that kind of vibe. He loves that shit, like jazz, hip hop, that mixture. But yeah, so that's kind of how we met there, and
Yeah.
you guys are going to be playing shows in the future together?
Yeah,
Yeah, do
for
you have
sure.
any
I
dates?
mean,
Yeah.
we're scheming on some shit right now. Actually, funny enough, I'm gonna be heading to practice right after this.
Oh, fuck, fire.
Yeah. So
Tell all the boys I say hello.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll do.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, nah, we got some stuff we're cooking. We had a little moment which was nice. We linked up recently and kind of went back over some of our like memos. This is like 4 years worth of like hour-long sessions and like just full jams, some of it improv, some of it like written stuff, the early aughts of like some of our written material, and just like listening to all of it and just realizing like, holy fuck, like this is a literal time capsule. So there might be something coming based on that. I'm
The
not gonna say
unreleased
too much.
tapes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much, but there might be
Nice.
something. You know?
Okay.
But
That could be
but yeah,
fire.
dog. Yeah, it's a nice little memento to just the time that we've spent kind of growing and evolving and like just moving forward. You know.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. So you were saying you also have a lot of your stuff on Bandcamp.
Mhm.
So if anybody can find you there, what's your name? Is it on there? Is it
So that's Nakama WTF.bandcamp.com.
okay?
NAKAMA WTF.bandcamp.com. Yeah, that's where like all my stuff is now.
Hell
Easy to access and on the link tree.
Yeah, you get all the shit, and you can click on it, and watch the YouTubes and the fucking all this stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
Deliver
the
your
good
IG
shit.
for us. Deliver your IG
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
Yeah.
Plug that.
Nakama.wtf. You already know. That's pretty much what it is for everything. So.
Hohenheim's Burden.
there we
Go check out
There we go.
Hohenheim's Burden. No, just kidding.
Hohenheim's Burden series, parts 1 through 9, definitely already out and available. Part 0 coming soon, so stay tuned.
And where can we find Poetic Thrust real quick?
That is at Poetic Thrust on IG and on YouTube and literally everywhere else.
Thrusting.
At Poetic Thrust.
Thrusting
Yeah.
poetically through all you bitches.
Big facts.
You heard the man.
Yeah, won't deny it.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, my bro.
Thank you
Hell yeah,
so
man.
much
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me. It's been great.
That was fucking great, man. I'm
Truly.
glad we got to sit down and make
Yeah,
this happen.
Dude, this is great.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed connecting with you through
Hell
anime
yeah.
and alienating everybody else. So fun. Had
we
a
gotta
great
get them on
time.
the bandwagon.
Yeah. Well, slowly. I'm working on
Shout
it.
outs to
Yeah,
Eminem.
Number 1 fan right here.
All right, bro.
All right, we'll see you later.
Learning things with Kyle and Phil. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace out.